Hello.
Sir, am I audible to you?
Yes, you are. Hi.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
It's great to interact with you, sir. And yeah, I'm very excited to know about today's topic and get to learn with you about it.
Same here. It's a pleasure getting the opportunity to speak to all of you. And I believe I'm speaking to Chavi right now, right?
Yes, sir. It's Chavi.
Right, right. Yes, tell.
Uh, yes. So, hello everyone, and good afternoon to all the listeners present here. Today we have our speaker Indrashish sir. I'm so sorry, sir, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Yeah, so we have Indrashish sir with us today, and he's going to enlighten us on the topic ways of getting motivated. So I think so. You can start with your introduction.
Okay, all right. Sure. First of all, thank you so much, all of you, for taking out some time and attending this podcast today. Well, to introduce myself, I'm an entrepreneur by profession. I do run my own IT company. Along with that, I do have a media company as well, and also a foundation. I'm an individual who likes to go ahead and promote different startup. I work as a startup mentor and also as an angel investor. So you can go ahead and say that I do have a lot of feathers on my hat, but again, the main thing that I love doing is interacting with individuals and motivating them. So being a motivational speaker is the best identity that I would like to go ahead and introduce myself with. So today's topic, if I'm not mistaken, Chavi, is ways to get motivated, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So now I see that we have a lot of young people out here as our listener today. And I think in our life, one thing that is very important is to feel motivated. Because, if we are not motivated from the very first hour of the morning, it gets difficult for us to even get out of the bed and, take the first step towards starting our day. Like, for example, let's say from the time I wake up, if I am depressed about something in my life, I won't feel like, even getting out of my bed or interacting with people around me. As a result, what exactly will happen? I would be going ahead and attracting all the negative things in my life. So that's why motivation is important. It is important because motivation actually helps you to go ahead and make your dreams come true. Motivation helps you to be who you are and stay happy about achieving lots of things, whatever you want to achieve in your life. So being motivated or staying motivated is a vital part for every individual. And if you want to progress in your life, motivation is something on which you should be working on. Now, there are different kind of people in this world. Some of us feel motivated if someone smiles and talks to us. Some of us feel motivated if we get good score in our examination. In the same way, some of us feel motivated if there's something good that is happening to someone else. Like, let's say I go ahead and gifted, or rather I helped one of my friend to crack some examination or to go ahead and learn certain lesson, and that friend goes ahead and cracks that particular examination. So what happens is that you yourself feel satisfied and motivated about whatever you did, and you start feeling like helping others, because helping others actually gives you a lot of happiness. So in today's topic, what we are going to discuss is different ways of feeling motivated. Now, when we are talking about different ways of feeling motivated, to be very honest, there are no fixed formula of feeling motivated. But again, if an individual wants to go ahead and feel happy about being who he or she is, that individual can follow few basic rules. Now, when I'm talking about few basic rules, I do not mean like you have to learn few formulas like we used to do in class 6 or 7 mathematics formulas. You don't have to do all these things. What you have to do is, follow few basic stuffs. That is, like, in the morning when you wake up, start going ahead and focusing on yourself. Like in this particular era, we see that most of us, and it's regardless of your age, it's regardless of your profession, it's regardless of the fact if you're a student or an entrepreneur or an individual who is working for some company, we go ahead and we try to go ahead and lead a life like a robot. That means we spend most of the time online doing our job, or we love spending time on Facebook checking out our friends' profile, what exactly they are doing, rather than going ahead and focusing on our personal lives. Like, for example, I have seen there are different people who are going out for date, and it's very weird to see that two individuals who are dating each other, who are supposedly planning to be with each other for a lifetime, they, in fact, whenever they are meeting each other, they are actually spending their time by going ahead and surfing their social media account in their cell phone device or in their mobile phone. So what exactly happens is that we do not intend to appreciate the people who are there in our lives. We are too much focused on what exactly others are doing, and we are too much focused on showing off stuffs which are fake. So the first step towards feeling motivated and being satisfied in our life is go ahead and live the life. That is the first step towards it. Because if you go ahead and put the phone aside and you decide to go ahead and spend some quality time with your parents, with your sister, with your brother, with your friends, with your partner, you will get to see the value of spending quality time with your loved ones. And that, in fact, helps you to feel rejuvenated and also helps you to feel motivated towards spending more time with your parents, with your family, with your friends. As a result, you not only go ahead and make your day, but you also make your loved ones feel special. The second thing that I would recommend, and I do recommend because I do practice it myself, is start focusing on yourself. This is very important. In this particular time period, what exactly most of the youngsters are doing is that they are busy going ahead and reading gossip magazine. I guess magazine will be the wrong term. Gossip blogs, entertainment blogs. That's what most of them are doing, or spending time on social media like Facebook, uploading images on Instagram, doing lots of stuff. But they do not do one thing, that is, they do not go ahead and spend time with himself or herself. Try to learn things about yourself. You will go ahead and you will be amazed to know different things about yourself. You will go ahead and feel there are so many things about yourself that you don't know. The moment you start spending time with yourself, you will realize that there is much more to yourself than just being who you are right now, or than those social media accounts. You can go ahead and know what exactly you like, what exactly you prefer. Go ahead and smell the beautiful essence of rain. Go ahead and spend some time with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Go ahead and ask yourself what exactly makes you feel good. It is important for you to understand what exactly makes you feel good, because in the end of the day, the entire journey of your life. Hello, am I being audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible to you? Was it my network or yours? I don't know.
Yes, you're audible to me. So, was I being audible all this while?
Sir, actually, your voice was a little not audible when you were telling about the third thing.
Okay, all right. So, I'll repeat myself. So, what I was saying is that when you were actually going ahead and spending time with yourself, you would be going ahead and getting to discover a lot of things about yourself, like the things you like. What are the things which actually motivates you, or what are the things which actually makes you feel good about being yourself? Now, a small thing like the beautiful essence of rain can make you feel good, or the essence of coffee can make you feel fresh. So, these things do play an important role in your personal life, in your own personal development. We do go ahead and consider, meditation plays an important role. So when you get connected to yourself, I know most of your youngsters, and maybe terms like meditation can be really boring for you, or boring for you. But again, to be very honest, if you start practicing, if you start meditating, you will see the benefit of meditation. You will see how easily you can focus on your studies, how easily you can go ahead and do stuffs in your life which is going to help you to achieve your goals faster. So, when you start going ahead and focusing on yourself, on your own self growth, on the stuffs you like, it actually helps you to move to the next level. And when you start seeing the positive progress in your life, positive growth in your life, you will automatically feel motivated in your life, and you would be going ahead and you will be going ahead and talking to others about how exactly you went ahead and brought the change in your life. The third thing that I would like to discuss about today, about motivation, is when you are trying to feel motivated and there is nothing which is actually helping you, go ahead and start shifting your attention to someone who is less fortunate. That means when you feel that nothing is working for you, when you feel that early in the morning when you wake up, you say that I hate my life, I have to go to the college, I have to go to the office, the same thing I have to do, I have to meet my parents, I have to meet the same friend and do the same stuff. When you feel really disgusted, there are days when we feel like that. And if you are feeling the same at that point of time, you go ahead and shift your attention a bit from yourself to someone who is not that fortunate, someone who doesn't have family, or someone who doesn't have job, or cannot go ahead and afford an formal education. You will go ahead and see the gifts that you have got in your life, and you will start feeling grateful about whatever you have in your life. In our life, feeling motivated is something which is equal to feeling grateful for whatever we have in our life. So it's very important to have that feeling of gratitude towards whatever we have. So go ahead and start focusing on the less fortunate, and then go ahead and try to go ahead and be the difference in the life of those who do not have stuffs which you are fortunate enough to have in your life. If you see that someone is not having food, like let's say cannot afford food twice a day, main meals, lunch and dinner, go ahead and sponsor someone's lunch and dinner. So there is no problem with that, because for you it's just few bucks, but for that person it's something else. It's a feeling of being happy. It's a feeling of sleeping with feeling content and not feeling hungry, because hunger is something which kills you from inside. So when you try to go ahead and feel motivated, go ahead and try to be the difference in someone's life. Do not feel depressed, because if you feel depressed, you are only focusing on the negatives of your life. The moment you start looking at the positive, you will see the change happening in your life, and you will go ahead and see things happening for you, things working out for you. I personally believe that we human beings, we are a collection of atoms, and we do vibrate at certain frequency. Now, if we go ahead and vibrate at a lower frequency, what happens is that we feel demotivated, we feel depressed, we do not feel the emotion of gratitude. We kind of feel sad about whatever we have. We feel that there's nothing in our life. But the moment you influence your mind with thoughts where you realize the gifts that you have been gifted by the life, the positives in your life, the present that life has gifted you, you start going ahead and changing your shift, your entire paradigm, and you kind of raise your frequency. And when you go ahead and raise your frequency, you can see things happening for you, and you can see the difference. And when you see the difference, you automatically feel motivated. You automatically feel the power of motivation, because in the end of the day, we all want to feel motivated, and there is a reason behind it. Because we want to feel motivated because motivation makes us do stuffs which we feel is impossible, which we feel that we cannot go ahead and do in our personal life. So motivation is really important, and if you want to feel motivated, go ahead and start working on yourself. Watching motivational videos will make you feel good, and will only make you feel good when you can relate to the situations. So you can watch motivational videos to go ahead and make you feel good about yourself, or feeling motivated. But again, no one can make you feel motivated until or unless you're ready to go ahead and work on yourself, until or unless you're ready to go ahead and be the change yourself. Because until or unless you decide to go ahead and bring the change in your life, nobody, and trust me, nobody can go ahead and bring the change in your life and make things work for you. So these are the main things that I personally believe you should be keeping in mind if you are planning to go ahead and make your dreams come true and make things happen for you. And one last thing before I get into the session where you can ask me questions if you have any. In my personal life, all right, I'll share with you my own story. In my personal life, when I started my venture, I was 25 years old. Prior to that, I was working in a big corporate in a senior position, and I was withdrawing a hefty package. Now, quitting my job and getting into a venture was something which we all term as a risky phenomenon. But again, I wanted to do it because I wanted to follow my dream. But in the initial days when I started, I faced lots of hindrances or hurdles. The partners with whom I started my venture, they cheated on me. They financially cheated on me, and as a result, I literally faced a huge amount of loss. But again, for me, it was not about financial loss. It was more about my dream. I felt demotivated because there was a time when I did feel that I would be quitting my dream of being an entrepreneur and I would be getting back to my corporate life. But then I thought that this is one life, and maybe it didn't work out in the first go, but I deserve one last chance, and I gave myself that one last chance, which thankfully, by God's grace, it did work out for me. So in the same way, if you want to give yourself one more chance, if you see that you have a dream career ahead, if you want to do something in your life, if you want to be with someone whom you want to be with, give yourself a chance. Go forward and follow your dreams. Worst, it won't work out. But again, stop focusing on the worst situation. The opposite of the worst situation is the best situation. So why not going ahead and expecting the best and putting all our effort? And yes, if it doesn't work out, at least you will not go ahead and blame yourself in the long run. At least you will not go ahead and tell yourself that if I had given that one last chance to myself, I would have been fair to myself. So that's the main thing. which I would want you guys to focus on, considering you guys are pretty young and you guys have a bright future ahead. So look at the positive side of your life. Do stuffs which are going to make you feel motivated, and live the life the way you want to live. All right, as long as you are helping others, as long as you are being happy about being who you are, it doesn't matter what others think about you, to be very honest. So is there any question for me from you guys?
To be honest, sir, I think you have motivated a lot of people here, and I could see Ajay saying that he's feeling motivated just by listening to you. And the last, the story that you shared with us, I could actually relate it to my family, because in those old times, people used to work and they used to only get 10 rupees a month or 1 rupees a month or so. That moment, people used to struggle so hard, and I've seen my grandfather working hard for that, and even my father, who used to, we used to stay in a village in starting, but now he took that big decision and he started, he thought of shifting to a city, and at the age of 20 or 21, I guess, he shifted to a city. And even though his my grandfather and my grandmother didn't want him to part his ways with them, but he still agreed, and he had that motivation and confidence with him that he can do this, and he came here and he started his own new venture, and actually did really well in that. And
Brilliant.
He's doing so well that we have a shelter to live. And I just by listening to your story, I could remember my father, what struggle he went through that.
Brilliant, absolutely.
So,
that's really motivating. Absolutely.
yes, sir. So you actually motivated a lot. And if anyone here has any question, you can type it in the chat box or put it in the questionnaire box, so that I could take it up and ask sir. And I'm sure you guys will have a really good response from sir. So apart from this, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Sir, actually, in my whole from childhood, and no, not from childhood, I would say, in this 2 to 3 years only, I've heard people saying, and my mentors saying to me, that Chavi, go in that crowd where people are actually working. That will motivate you. If you go to a crowd where people are not working and only enjoying, that won't motivate you. Being with that group, only you'll deteriorate your image, or you will just deteriorate the skills that you have. So, sir, actually, what would you like to say about this? Does crowd actually matters to be a successful person or to be motivated?
That's a very good question. Well, to be very honest, Chavi, yes, it does. You are as good as the people with whom you are friends with. Because I'll tell you, if you are friends with an individual who is partying out late in the night and is wasting his or her dad's hard-earned money and is doing, basically not doing anything in his or her life, you are actually going ahead and getting influenced, and you are also wasting your time by being that person's friend or by hanging around with that person. And maybe you do not intend to do that, but unknowingly or knowingly you are actually doing that. Where instead, if you start spending time with an individual who is focused in his career, or who, let's say, if you are an entrepreneur, are you an entrepreneur, or are you doing a startup yourself?
Sir, I'm a student.
You're a student. Okay. So let's say that if you are hanging out with a particular person or another friend who is focused about his or her own career, the kind of discussion that you'll have with that person will be more about what kind of competitive exam you should be appearing, what kind of future you would be having with if you go for a certain course, and you will feel motivated and you will feel focused towards whatever you're doing, because the entire day you would be going ahead and sharing that vibe with that individual who is actually going ahead and focusing on his or her own studies. So you will also go ahead and feel like, okay, you would be going ahead and focusing on your own career as well. And we human beings, we are extremely competitive by nature. So the moment we go ahead and try to be with someone who is actually focusing on his career, obviously there would be a healthy competition. If you're with your friend, you will feel like, okay, if he can do it, why can't we do it? So automatically, if you see, even if you cannot go ahead and achieve your friend's level of intelligence or friend's level of result, but you will go ahead and do something out of your own career. Whereas if you're spending time with someone who is not focused, who is partying around, and who is just spending the time just like that, you will also go ahead and knowingly, unknowingly doing the same thing. So yes, it is important for you to choose your friends very cleverly, because a wrong friend can have a lot of bad influence in your life. So you should be very careful about it. That's true.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually, I had it out about this in the starting, but like I can get an idea that I should actually choose my companion very thoughtfully and like a good company. I should have a good company. So thank you so much, sir, for this insightful session. It was really amazing having this conversation with you. And as I told you this before, also you have motivated us a lot, and we'll keep all the points that you said in mind. That to be motivated, I think comfort also matters, and the praises and compliments that we get from our family, close friends also matters a lot. So
very true.
We'll keep this in mind. And yes, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Avi. It was a pleasure interacting with all of you out here. And thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and like explaining us about everything so well. We were very delighted to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you to all the listeners for hearing us, and I hope this session helped you a lot. And I hope you keep all these points in your mind, so that it will help you in future as well. So, because of the time constraints, I'll have to end this session. But we'd like to have more sessions with you, sir, on very different topics, so that you can motivate us and make us ready for our future.
Sure, we'll look forward to that.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.